So when it comes to karate guys making transition from karate striking to pretty much any other striking, there's a couple big mistakes that I see made. And when I say most, I mean most. I'm not talking about you. You're wonderful and spectacular, very special, your mother's favorite child. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 10 main things that I see go wrong when I see karate guys spar in any other striking discipline.
Perfect.
I have had issues with almost everything here. So don't take this as a, you stink, karate not good, must be better, do different. No, karate has plenty of useful things. And I just happened to make the video about how karate makes mistakes in sparring before the one I talked about how good karate can be for sparring. You get the point. So if you're gonna start sparring in the atmosphere of full contact, you've got to keep in mind that, like, that was so mean. So the first thing has to come with the transition between point sparring, or even just like their free flow sparring, and like contact. The main thing that I see are like these punches. These punches that I see go like this. Like, I'm not sure why it is, but a lot of places train, like obviously we work on very hard, sturdy punches in traditional karate, right? But what's interesting is when you see people spar, they have like this hesitation, especially when they're first transitioning to sparring. Here, where they're like they punch, and then it's really interesting. What you'll see is they go like this, and then they like tap. Now, this is not good practice. Everybody knows this isn't good practice, or they're trying to come up over top, and they go like elbow lower than the punch. You gotta work on turning those elbows over, and having the end of your strike, we all practice this. Everybody practices this. The hard part is putting it into play, right? The hard part is making it work on people, on moving targets. Things that are here, and being able to work on the explosiveness. Now, number 2 is also a punch, but it's like this thing. It's like this look away. It's almost crazy how I've seen every karate guy, for whatever reason, throw this ridge hand type deal, but as they do it, they look away. Don't do that. Look at me right in my face. If you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get punched. Looking away isn't gonna change that much about it, okay? So, as I'm here, and usually it happens as they're backing up, where they're like this, because they're afraid of getting punched and they're throwing a hand out there. You'll see it like this, and they're moving around, they're like, oh crap. Spar with guys that you know, spar with guys that you like, spar with guys that aren't going to punch you in the face and make it not look right. That was Dr. Seuss. Number 3 has to do with ring generalship. I think that's the right term. Pretty much, when it comes to like circling out and around, karate practitioners, whether it be traditional, whether it be Kyokushin, usually have, maybe not Kyokushin as much, a habit of, as they circle out, keeping the chin high. Because you want to see stuff that's trying to kick you, right? So as you're here, making sure that you're not just leaving those hips out, pulling the head back, and doing this maneuver here. I know this feels safe because your points aren't getting pointed. Those hips are gonna get taken, okay? Which leads us to our next point. That's number 4. Part 4 has to do with a sprawl. All I'm going to say is learn how to sprawl. I don't care if you're looking to fight in MMA. If you are thinking about using karate in a way that makes you a better fighter, not for recreation, like if I'm just talking recreation, do what you want, homie. Do what you want. But if you want to learn how to fight, you need to learn how to sprawl. Just type in how to sprawl. That's it. This stance that we use here is like a super important stance for a lot of good things. It incorporates explosiveness, it incorporates length and distance, range management. But what you have to keep in mind is that as people close that gap, you have to learn how to square up a little bit, even if it's just a little bit. And the reason I say that is because there's a habit of myself, of other people. Blocking with the backhand is fine. Like there's plenty of times where I just use my front hand. I use my front hand as like a probe and a parry, and then my backhand is a hard block. But what happens is as people start to get frustrated with you and overwhelmed, you start to do like the super excited windshield wiper. I smelled something, whatever you want to call it. But this, as you're out here, bang, bang, it'll get you in trouble. Which brings me to number 6, don't reach. A lot of the times, people who don't spar very often really don't want anything even coming close to our face. And in karate, we talk about distance and not letting somebody in your space close enough to hit you in the first place, right? A lot of it's for self-defense or it's for sport. That in between of like just kind of trading is not what we do. But in sparring, you need to learn how to trade. So, reaching for everything creates gaps. Just like this creates variables of ways that you can get hit. With its backhand here, whatever this is, reaching for everything and keeping low hands and like over-exaggerating and reaching for strikes. Now, also, I said over-exaggerating. I'm even over-exaggerating what the over-exaggerated version is. So before you're like, oh, don't do that, I sure hope not. Where people fight like this, and they're not used to getting punched, and then they're like this. 2 things. 1, hard to block stuff when you have to attack it. You should have a shield, not a sword that attacks their sword. Makes sense? Way harder to like cling, 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 cling than it is to go like this. Ugh. Oh, shield on this side. Ugh. Same thing, taking away the variables. And then also, it's way more tiring to reach and find everything. So now your shoulders are gassed because you've been reaching and pretty much punching their punches. Calm down. Relax. Number 7. This thing. Why are you kicking from so far away? They're not. Even if he comes in, like one of the main things that I see that frustrates me about guys who kick a lot is guys who kick from way too far away. Like, what are you doing over there, bro? Like, especially if we're sparring and you throw all these kicks and I'm just like, you done? You're still kicking. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna hang out here while you completely tire yourself out and kind of do my job for me. Don't show off everything you've got before you even give them a reason to be scared of it. I know that kind of sounds weird, but here's what I'm talking about. If I land a body kick, that's something for them to be worried about and them to have to react to. They don't have to react to this because they know it's not gonna hit them. And what's really funny is that a lot of people will throw this roundhouse kick from way too far away and watch sparring. You'll see people throw roundhouse kicks from out here and then they'll put it down and realize, uh-oh, I'm in a bad place. And then they'll throw another spinning back kick, spinning wheel kick, whatever it is, from usually also way too far away because you can see it from a mile away. If I go like this, and I'm actually supposed to be kicking you right here, come on. Come on. If you're gonna fake something or if you just wanna be active with feints. Kick when you're supposed to, be active with your feints. Right? If you're gonna be kicking from too far away, use it as an entrance, not as like a please stay away from me. Now, speaking of these leg muscles, talking about the stance and getting kicked. So I have a natural susceptibility for this foot to move this way. 100%. If this thing hits me in the back of the leg, whether it's from a leg kick to the back of the hamstring, this way, that's gonna hurt. And it does hurt. I can tell you watch, I have a video of me sparring with Muay Thai guys. The first time I've ever sparred with Muay Thai guys in this very room, actually. Probably about 1.5 years ago, I commit these cardinal sins that you see me telling you not to do in this video. I commit a lot of them. That's why I can tell you, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. You've got to, I'm not saying switch your stance entirely. I'm not saying abort mission. What I'm saying is you got to learn how to adapt. And one of the main adaptations is to learn when to sit down on it, point your knee at them, so if they kick, bang. It's like a check, but it's down here. Root it. Root yourself. Because people are going to try and sweep you, they're going to try and kick this front leg, and they're going to try and grab this front leg. So you've got to learn how to defend this single leg from the front because you're giving it to them, and you've also got to learn how to check. So being able to move around as they get close and I can see that he's throwing his leg kick. Bang. This, being able to trade. This looks familiar, doesn't it? Now, this may have seemed harsh. And if it does, then that means you're committing some of these mistakes. I'm sorry. It sucks. It does. Hold on. Let me get close. Let's talk, you know? I want you to get through this. I'm not coming at anybody's throat. I'm not trying to be mean. If you want to transition to cross-training, there are things that you need to know. A lot of the stuff that you've done, on average, the average person, a lot of the stuff the average person has done is designed for karate. It's designed to spar with other people who are just like you. You've got groupthink, which is fine. If it's just for fun, it's fine. If you want to roam out into the wilderness and learn to protect yourself in the woods, you got to understand how the woods people fight. Oh, yes, last one. Maybe. I could be at like 8. I could be at 7. I don't know. I know I said 10. I'm sure it'll adjust on the title and stuff. But stopping mid-round. Giving up the point, right? Bang! Ah, you got me. Good job. No! Give some, take some. I get touched, bang! I'm still moving, okay? It is not unusual to be like, pop, pop. Ah, good stuff, dude. That was great. You got to stop that. When both of you mutually are like, that was good, huh? Then you can stop. That was solid. That jump spin, crescent, tornado, jump spin. But if it's just like you got touched in the head and you're like, dang. That's the first thing I notice, is that when people are sparring, they get touched and they're like, okay, next one. You're not gonna always get that luxury. And there's a chance that someone's gonna pop you after you're like this. You'll get hit again. That's not what I want. If you're sparring in a continuous rule set, you gotta be continuous. Don't expect, they will be nice to start off, there will be a transition period, but I can tell you, when I spar somebody and I pop them and they're like, oh shoot, okay, then I immediately am like, come on dude, we're still going, you know? And I still love you, but that's how I feel. Now, I don't do this with malice in my heart. I'm not like, if you're a karate guy, you have to no longer be a karate guy. There's plenty of things, and I'll do another video about why karate is great to transition into other striking styles. Because it's wonderful. But it's just like if I drive a Lamborghini, I've got to know what kind of stuff I need to put on the bottom to turn it into a boat, you know? There's different languages. If I wanted to fly, it needs wings. That doesn't mean it's not a dang good car. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope there's some small bits of information that either you can give to yourself or that you can give to other people who are transitioning. Regardless, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Subscribe or I'll kick you. Dang. You got me. That was good. That was solid. Wow.